Welcome back, brother. This content is for those genuinely interested in men's rights. It covers complex, controversial topics that may not suit a general audience. If you're not part of the men's rights community, this video isn't for you, so feel free to tune out now. I'm Conrad Riker, a writer and advocate for fairness, dignity, and respect for men. This movement isn't about division, but addressing systemic injustices in divorce, family law, and societal expectations. Inspired by hardworking men unfairly stripped of their rights, I write for balance and justice. Together, we can change the narrative. Please like and subscribe if you appreciate this video, as it will help get the word out to those who need it. Thank you. Please relax and enjoy. This is an excerpt from Feminism's Folly, The Crisis of Equality in Reality. Feminism's Folly, The Crisis of Equality in Reality is an eBook available in all good stores. Having spent most of my life observing and experiencing the ever-growing push for gender equality in all areas of life, I've reached a point where I can no longer stay silent about the hypocrisy and dangers of this idealistic demand. In my new book, Feminism's Folly, The Crisis of Equality in Reality, I explore the harsh realities that arise when the feminist rhetoric collides with the real world. I debunk the myth of gender equality by highlighting the ways in which prioritizing gender representation over competence and capability has detrimental consequences for our society. This book is for those who are tired of constantly being told that they're privileged and need to step back simply because of their gender. It's for those who have witnessed the double standards and selective strength that feminists exhibit when faced with crisis situations. It's for those who recognize that women often use damseling tactics, appealing to male instincts for protection, and for those who understand that physical limitations of women in roles like firefighting, policing, and military service can jeopardize public safety. In Feminism's Folly, I provide a red pill perspective on the psychological tendencies of women to prioritize self-preservation over altruism in crisis situations. I expose the inconsistency of feminist ideology, which demands equality but expects traditional gender roles when danger arises. I also delve into the impact of gender quotas in law enforcement, the push for female firefighters putting lives at risk, and how women use emotional manipulation to avoid responsibility. If you want to challenge the feminist narrative of gender equality and advocate for policies based on competence and capability, then this book is for you. It's time to embrace a realistic understanding of gender differences and maintain standards that prioritize safety and competence. However, if you're not part of the target audience and don't share these concerns, I urge you to put this book down and find something else to read. There's no sense in challenging your beliefs if you're not willing to have an open mind and consider alternative viewpoints. This book is for those who are ready to question the feminist narrative and recognize the need for a more balanced approach to gender dynamics. So, take a deep breath, prepare to have your preconceived notions challenged, and dive into the eye-opening world of Feminism's Folly, The Crisis of Equality in Reality. You won't regret it. With the introduction completed, we are jumping to an extract from the book. I've noticed this pattern many times in my life. It begins with a disagreement, or even a minor issue, and suddenly the tears flow freely. If you're not aware of this, let me clarify. I'm referring to the strategic use of tears by women to influence and control men, especially to dodge responsibility and accountability. You may think it's a rare occurrence, but I assure you it's not. A study by Dr. Pamela Mayer, a leading deception detection expert, found that women cry an average of 3.4 times a month, while men only cry 1.3 times. That's more than double. But that's not all. The reasons behind these tears often reveal the true nature of this tactic. I recall a time when I was at a conference. A female colleague had made a critical error on a major project, costing the company a significant amount of money and time. Instead of accepting responsibility and working towards a solution, she burst into tears during the meeting, shifting the focus from her mistake to her emotional state. She effectively sidestepped accountability and convinced the others to coddle her, while the rest of us had to pick up the pieces. This incident, my friends, is not unique. Women have mastered the art of using tears as a shield, a defense mechanism that deflects any criticism or scrutiny. It's a tool designed to exploit the chivalric instincts of men who are hardwired to protect and comfort women. Psychologically speaking, this behavior can be attributed to the innate communication style of women. According to Dr. John Gottman, a world-renowned relationship and marriage psychologist, women use tears as a way of signaling distress and seeking comfort. But when this instinctual behavior is weaponized, it becomes a tool for emotional manipulation. So how do we, as men, navigate this emotional minefield? Firstly, We need to be aware of this phenomenon, recognize when a woman's tears are genuine and when they're being used as a tactic. This awareness will allow us to react appropriately, whether with empathy or with firmness. Secondly, we must not let our instincts to protect override our better judgment. We must maintain our rationality and not allow ourselves to be manipulated. Lastly, we should encourage honest communication and accountability. If a woman makes a mistake, it should be addressed directly and with respect. In a world where feminism preaches equality, it's interesting to see how women resort to such underhanded tactics to maintain their dominance. As we continue to fight for true gender equality, it's vital that we don't fall for these emotional traps, because only when both genders are truly accountable can we say that we have achieved equality. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your interest in Feminism's Folly, the crisis of equality in reality, available in all good bookstores. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, and God bless.